tax benefits to gifting my IRA to a charity?
Yes, in fact, there are many potential tax benefits. So gifting your IRA to a charity, well, I'll kind of break this down a little bit because there's a couple, well, I would say three main ones that we run into with our clients who are charitably inclined. You have to be charitably inclined for this to make sense to you, because you're going to end up giving up more money than you're earning in the tax benefit. But for those that are charitably inclined, which for most of you, your church will be included in this. Your church, in many cases, might be considered a 501c3 and qualify for this. Those, especially, I have many clients that they tithe, they contribute money to their church on an annual basis anyway, and there could be a way to get a tax benefit out of that you want to be aware of. So the three that come to mind first: putting money from your IRA into a charity and getting a tax benefit. One is called a qualified charitable distribution, a QCD. This is where you directly send money from your IRA to a charity or a 501c3, and you get a immediate dollar for dollar tax benefit or tax deduction on what you contributed. Now, it is limited to $100,000 per year. And my understanding is that this is going to now be indexed for inflation going forward, so that will likely grow. But what that allows you to do, for those of you that are over the age of 70 and a half, which is technically the rule, and especially for those of you that are already RMD age, you're now 73, you can actually use this as part of your required minimum distribution. So if you didn't need this money and you were going to give money to charity anyway, this is a great option for you to reduce your total income for the year, your total taxable income, give some money to a charity up to $100,000, and satisfy the required distribution for that year. Second option, which is a very new one, and this is an option that almost seems too good to be true, is that they have what's called charitable gift annuity. A charitable gift annuity, and this came out at the end of 2022, is where you can give up to $50,000, and this is a lifetime limit, not an annual limit, but a lifetime limit of $50,000 to a charity. Not only do you get the tax benefit from giving the money to the charity, but you also get that money back, or at least some of that money back, through an annuity. That charity is going to continue, they're going to collect the money from you when you give the money to them and take the tax benefit that year. But then there's going to be a calculation dependent on your age that you can start collecting money. And it might not be a needle mover, it might only be a couple $100s a month. But you're actually getting money back after you give money to a charity, which is a very rare situation. And again, this is new. Again, there is a caveat that it's up to $50,000 lifetime, but pretty surprising, pretty unique situation that has came out of this Secure Act 2.0 that was recently signed into Congress. The third one that I want to bring up, this is not necessarily moving money from an IRA to a charity, but it's a strategy that we use with clients through Schwab Charitable, known as a donor advised fund. This is where you will put money into a fund that you are the advisor on. So this is no longer your money, and that's why you can get the tax benefit from gifting this money to a fund that you now manage the investments on, as well as manage the distributions on. And by manage, I mean you get to pick when and how much money is going out of this fund to your church, to university, to a cause that's important to you, and you don't have to give all the money away this year. For instance, we have a client that I believe she put in $100,000 into a donor advised fund. This was a few years ago, but she didn't have any causes that were important to her, or at least that she wanted to give to yet. She did have causes that are important to her, but she had other money that was earmarked for going to them. And for 5 years, or I think it's been even longer than now, that money has grown. We've invested in, for the most part, stocks, because she knew she wasn't going to give that money away for a while. So her time horizon was longer. And that donor advised fund has grown pretty substantially. The biggest benefit, though, of this is that you get an immediate tax benefit for money that you might not give away for years in the future, or you might be giving away a little bit each year. And this is especially helpful for folks that have a really big tax burden the year they retire or the year after they retire, which is many of our clients from ExxonMobil, either because of a large NUA distribution that is taxable pretty close to the time that they retire, assuming they do their rollover pretty soon after they retire. And also for folks that have these supplemental benefits plans, the supplemental pension plan and the supplemental 401k or supplemental savings plan, those are taxable as ordinary income. And we have many clients that have pretty large both supplemental pension and supplemental savings plans that will throw them into a much higher tax bracket. And here's a way for people that were going to gift the money to charity over time anyway to get the tax benefit now, the year where you get the most bang for your buck when you're in that high tax bracket, and then wait to give the money out in the future when you had planned on giving it to whoever or whatever institution you planned on giving it to.